Hey guys, so I've kind of just got myself together enough to do this video. Oh shit, what's going on with this? It's been a really rough couple days, I'm not even gonna lie. Some of it I'm gonna be talking about in this video, but anyway, just a little bit of an update on me. Actually, my boyfriend left today. He's moving, well, he's not moving, but he's going back to his home, which is 10,000 miles away overseas, so, you know, it's not been the best day. I kind of feel like shit. It's been hard to get out of bed, but I kind of decided, you know what? I need to get out of bed, and I need to just do something. And because I've been in bed all day, and because I stayed up all night talking to my boyfriend over Skype, I've been either asleep or just in bed, and I've been reading articles in bed pertaining to the shooting that happened over the weekend, which I did also want to talk about. And I don't know, it's just kind of a lot of these opinions make me really angry, and a lot of the things being said and being tossed around make me really angry. Most of them are conservative opinions. I've always had a lot to say about conservative opinions. I was not raised in a conservative country. England is I think it's pretty socialist. Yeah, it's socialist. We have free healthcare and stuff like that. And so I was never really raised around a conservative view until I got to Texas. I've never gotten along with people who had conservative opinions. I think there's kind of a conservative agenda, to be honest, so it makes it worse. But there's a lot of opinions going around right now about gun control, about the Islamic religion and who worships it, and about the LGBT community. And I want to talk about all three of those right now. As two of them, well, all three of them I feel pretty strongly about, but two of them hit pretty close to home, like, in a way, and I'll explain that. So firstly, Donald Trump is going to come up a lot in this video because everybody, I mean, it is very likely he could be president, but I'm not sure. Everyone is kind of talking about how, like, what we need to do to stop these shootings from happening. And so the first thing I'm going to talk about is gun control. And this also pertains to the second thing. So a lot of people are angry about the shooting and that it happened because, and I don't know how they can do this, but they're basically angry because they think that it's going to stop them from having guns and they're going to have their rights taken away. And that really frustrates me because the moment that you talk about putting gun control on something, people automatically assume that you are talking about taking away guns completely. My view on this, and a lot of people are gonna hate me, I don't really fucking care. My view is that in an ideal world, I don't think we should have, guns in America. I don't. It's just my view. I was raised in a society that actually mocked Americans for having guns. And because I see two different societies, two different countries talking about this, I see a lot of English, the English response is definitely, guns, why the fuck do they have guns in the first place? And I kind of agree with them, I'm not gonna lie. But if you can't take guns away from Americans because of the backlash that you would get, and because people have had guns for so long, you can't just take them away. So there is no ideal situation in my mind that we could take away guns. I, however, do think there needs to be a lot more gun control going forward. This guy had 2 FBI investigations, and he was still able to buy an assault rifle. Oh, well, it was for his job. No, he should not have fucking had a job in security and been able to buy a gun. This guy was clearly mentally ill, clearly had a lot of issues, and they let him buy a gun What the fuck? Like, not even a gun, an assault rifle. This never would have happened if we could just take a second to look at who we're selling guns to. That is ridiculous. That is really, really ridiculous. What confuses me is the fact that these people are so centered around having guns, they can't even look at what guns are doing. In 1 year, I have heard of, seen on the news, just everywhere, there are more shootings, more tragedies in this country than I have seen in any of the countries I've lived in. There are 167 shootings in America as of this year. Do you know how many there were when I was in England? Zero. Not in a fucking year. Maybe every once in a while, and that's very, very unlikely, but not in a year. And people will be like, oh, well, then there's just stabbings. Do you know how much easier it is to recover from a stab wound than it is to recover from a gunshot? Do you know how much easier it is to recover from someone stabbing you in the stomach than shooting you in the head? You have so much more chance of survival. That's why we have a low homicide rate. Seriously, guys. And I mean, England has its flaws, but that is one thing that I do believe strongly in that is dumb. And the fact that people, it's ignorant to me, that people, you're focused so much more around gun control than your own fucking safety. It's dumb. The whole situation is stupid. And then, this is kind of going into the next topic. I think that, I'm not really, I feel bad for using this as a platform, but it's brought up a lot of issues that I really want to talk about. So, I'm sorry, there's some trash there. So, and then they like to talk about how I think it's some amendment in the Constitution of the Bill of Rights that gives the right to bear arms. And then they like to talk about how we need to force all Muslims out of the country. And we need to stop them from coming in. That's in the First Amendment that you cannot do that. That is literally in the First Amendment that people have a right to a freedom of religion. And here's the problem I have with these people. They're really uneducated assholes. They don't know what goes on in that religion. They have no idea. They're talking about ISIS and they're platforming it onto a whole fucking religion. Okay, Christianity is typically very homophobic, very extreme, and very weird. I'm a Christian and I'm bisexual. So, what the fuck? It's just so dumb to me. And like, half of these people probably don't know somebody who is Muslim, probably don't really, never really have associated. They just see the stereotypes. What they know about that religion is what they've seen on the news. And I'm sitting here, actually dating somebody who was raised in a Muslim family, and I'm being like, that's not exactly what happens. You have to learn to differentiate between an extremist group and a religion that constitutes millions of people. I heard this video by this guy. Millions and millions, like, there's so many people. The two major religions in the world are Christianity and Islam. There are so many people in the Islamic religion. I don't even think there's 1 million people in ISIS. Like, wake up. It's so fucking stupid. You can't, all I'm saying about these people is you cannot go and say that it is unconstitutional to take guns away, and then you're gonna say that we need to take a whole religion out of this country, which is near impossible. It's so fucking stupid. I can't with these kinds of people that they contradict themselves, especially with the safety thing. Oh, but it's against our own safety to like leave Muslims in the country, but we need guns. You fucking, I'm pretty sure an assault rifle is more dangerous than someone who worships the Islamic religion. And then there's the LGBT and people who like to take this as a platform to basically, I don't know what this is doing. I think I have this inside out. I don't know. There's people who like to take this as kind of like a platform to insult the religion. Insult that community and like say, oh, if they were gay, this never would have happened. You've got to consider I'm in Texas right now. I hear so much of this shit. And people as well, conservatives, they like to forget that it is an attack on the gay community, and they like to say that it's an Islamic attack, or it's this or it's that. They didn't go shoot up a fucking church. They went and shot up a gay bar. Okay? And people forget that. Like, I was watching CNN and all they're talking about is the fucking terrorism. This was a homophobic attack. Okay? People, it just shows how homophobic people are right now, because people are forgetting what this attack really was about. People are forgetting that this was an attack on people trying to have fun, people trying to express their sexuality, maybe because they can't do it at home, maybe because they can't do it anywhere else. Okay? And everybody needs to remember what this was an attack on. And it was an attack on a community of people. And now there's what I think that we should do in light of this attack. And this is kind of the more emotional, me not being angry part. This attack was an attack on love. And it's made so many people go against each other. This was a hateful attack. And all that's come out of it is hate. I'm sure that these people who died, if they thought of this right now, would have want to have love come out of this, would have want to have activism come out of this, awareness, which we need to have. It needs to be talked on the news without shame that this was an attack in a gay bar. The people trying to express themselves died. It needs to be, we need to, every single group, conservatives, liberals, Jews, Muslims, Christians, whoever the hell you are, right now, we're in so many hateful attacks, and the only thing that we can do to fight back is love each other. Because you know what? What these organizations want, what ISIS want, what that guy who went and shot up the fucking bar wanted, what these people want, what everyone who is against us right now wants, is to hate each other. What Donald Trump seems to be forgetting is he's making people hate each other. He is putting more separation than we should ever have. It's not about hating each other. It is about loving each other. We need to love our peers. We need to love people regardless of their color, the texture of their hair, their religion, the kind of makeup they wear, what music they're into. In an ideal world, we would all love each other, but we need to at least express that we are okay with people who do these things, that we're okay with gay people, with people of different religions to us, with people of different races, cultures, everything. That's how we're gonna fight hatred. That is how we're gonna fight organizations. That is the ultimate insult to this attack. That's the ultimate insult to that guy. That is the ultimate insult if we're gonna bring terrorism into this. That's the ultimate insult to ISIS. To have people who are of the Islamic faith, people who are of the Christian faith, people who are atheists, people who are whatever, uniting. And I can tell you, it can be done. That's all I've got to say. I'm probably gonna go. I feel really, I'm sorry if that was like a bit angry. I just feel really passionate today, and I was talking to my friend about that. My best friend is gay, and he was so affected by it. It was unbelievable. And he's gone through so many struggles. I mean, I went through bullying when I came out too, at my old school, and it's, and he's really struggling. It's funny actually, because what I find hilarious is in the past 3 or 4 years, homophobia has become so much less apparent, and these people who were pushing me into lockers when I was 12 years old and telling me that I was disgusting and telling me that I was looking at them changing are now trying to raise awareness for gays. Love wins. Don't ever forget, because I haven't. It's funny to me. It's really, really funny to me that happens. Anyway, I might make another video today. I make another video tomorrow. I'm gonna be up all night again because my boyfriend is gonna land in Japan at around 1 in the morning, and I'm gonna call him before he flies to where he's going, because any time that you can call somebody that you love, or call somebody that you're with, or just spend time when they're moving 10,000 miles away, kind of want it. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, love everybody, love one another, show gratitude towards everybody that you see. If you see somebody that is different to you and you have a predisposition, try and get to know why they are the way they are. Try and get to understand. Just, that's what we really need right now. And we really need to eliminate this hate. Thank you.